I just finished up a 671-mile ride from Jacksonville to South Florida and back. I started my trip here in Jacksonville at 6 a.m., making it down to St. Augustine in time to see the sunrise. St. Augustine is the oldest city in the U.S. It was founded in 1565. Next, I headed to Daytona Beach, which claims itself to be the world's most famous beach and has one of the largest annual bike weeks in the nation. From there, I made a quick stop in Edgewater, which is home to the Boston Whaler Boat Company. Boston Whaler and Florida Power and Light recently put in a new charging station that I wanted to confirm and add to the PlugShare app. Next, I stopped at the Titusville Welcome Center. From there, it was a short jaunt to Cocoa, where I settled in for lunch and a walk around its picturesque waterfront. Both Cocoa and Titusville are great spots to look up and see rocket launches from the Kennedy Space Center on nearby Merritt Island. I also stopped at the Fort Pierce Waterfront Library for a stretch and charge before heading to Stuart. Stuart is an eco-friendly community where I was able to charge my SRF under a solar-powered canopy that had a total of 6 EV charging spots. Stuart also has an EV-powered tram system. I pulled in at my friend's Boca Raton home around 8:40 p.m. Tired, but what an enjoyable ride. And it's a great illustration of what anyone considering an EV motorcycle needs to consider. Every EV from Energica, Harley-Davidson, Livewire, and Zero motorcycles is great for urban riding. But for those of us that like to hit the road, it's critical to know what sort of EV charging infrastructure you'll find before buying an EV bike. My fuel cost was free for the entire 670-mile round trip. But more importantly, without fast Level 2 charging, the route I took wouldn't have worked. Here in Florida, Level 3 CCS chargers in urban cores and smaller towns are still relatively rare, meaning anyone riding a Livewire or Energica would have spent many more hours charging if they tried to duplicate my trip. Conversely, my Zero doesn't support faster Level 3 CCS charging, meaning my bike is a poorer choice for long interstate road trips where faster charging speeds are more important and where CCS charging locations are usually found. The bottom line, if you're considering making the switch to an EV motorcycle, make sure to study up on your region's charging infrastructure before making a final decision. Try to envision all the cities and towns and states that you'll want to visit. PlugShare and a Better Route Planner are 2 apps that will quickly give you a good idea of the type of charging infrastructure you'll be encountering in new areas that you visit. Right now, every EV motorcycle is a bit of a compromise when it comes to long-distance travel, but as my trip shows, it's certainly doable. More importantly, riding an EV, in my opinion, is just more enjoyable. Rather than listening to an exhaust, why not listen to the waves? If you've enjoyed this episode of EV Rider, please give it a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel so I can bring you more EV adventures in Florida.